Do you have any fear or nervousness about this lead that's coming in?
I always have, I think even with the children, I had a fear going in every day. And I'm just bringing that up because it's similar to right now, in that I just needed to trust myself a little bit more. Like, it's going to come through. It always does. Whatever needs to be said. And I do ask, I am very spiritual. I do ask angels, God, for help, for guidance, whatever the person needs to hear. And what I think the more I trust, the better the reading is. I've noticed that it's not always about it's not always about the time I spend preparing. That's important too. But usually when I let go and let God and I just say I surrender, now that I've done the work, just let the words come through, those have been the best readings. In fact, the best reading I ever had, I didn't prepare at all. I
Interesting.
just it was a couple, and I don't usually do this, but they wanted me to help them with particular things that they were working on, and it just flowed through so naturally, and they were so happy and satisfied, probably the most feedback I've ever gotten, and I didn't prepare at all. So it's just funny how our mindset tells us we have to do more work, we have to push harder, and the one time that I didn't do that probably was the best reading I ever gave.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you need to prepare as much as you did. Like when you told me you spent a whole week doing my report for the very first one.
I don't regret that though.
I mean, I think you were kind of like new, right? Though you were
Right,
starting out. So I mean,
right.
we all do that when we start out. So we kind of over prepare and over
Yeah,
get ready, but
yeah,
that's cool. That's amazing that that was the best one and you didn't even prepare.
yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about with like one lead coming in, like not getting too excited with the one lead because it's like, oh, well, more leads are just coming and you're just in this state all the
Right.
time where you're not preparing for any of them. And
Yeah,
like you're not creating a story about it. And I'm learning this about the ad is like I'm kind of like preparing for each phone call that I make with these leads, these weirdos. And like
oh no.
I'm like, even like 1 minute of creating a story about it is too much time wasted. It's like,
Yeah,
I gotta not do that. And like, yeah,
yeah.
you just have to stay in that like open
I
state.